Hello, sisters. Hello, hello. We are back. We're back with Happy Hour. It has been such a few weeks for me, and I'm so excited, so grateful, so honored to share with you and talk with you about everything that I've really been sitting with and feeling about being alive. And so, as you come on, welcome, welcome, welcome to Happy Hour. I'm so excited for you to be here. I'm so excited to share. I'm so excited. I'm so honored and grateful that I get to be here with you. It's going to be an extraordinary, extraordinary happy hour today. So there was a while I was doing happy hour every day or every Monday. And then my dad got very sick and ultimately passed. So I'm going to talk to you about what I have been sitting in for the last 3 weeks about living. And it's going to be so extraordinary. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share with you. So welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you can hear me over the music. I tried to turn. So good morning. Good morning and welcome to this Monday's edition of Happy Hour. You're in this group, so you probably know me. I'm Karen Rockhind, here to empower the next generation of women leaders to live fully, to go for our dreams, to live in this whole new woman way, which we are going to talk about. So for several weeks, maybe months, I was doing these Monday happy hours every single Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific for me, 10 a.m. Eastern. And 3 weeks ago, I guess now, 4 weeks ago on Tuesday, my mom called. I was in the middle of coaching my mastermind group, and my phone was next to me. As the mom of a 4-year-old, I need to be sure that I have emergency access. And the phone kept ringing and ringing and ringing and buzzing and buzzing. And it was my mom. And she said, so I got off my call and she said, "You need to come home now." And so I was terrified. And I went to the airport without a flight and just looking around, where's the next flight? Where's the next flight? And saying to people, my dad is in the ICU and he is dying. And can I please go ahead of you? And I got on a flight and I landed in Detroit at 12:45 in the morning, 1:45. I get to the hospital and there is my sweet daddy and he's laying in the hospital bed, sleeping. And I pulled up a chair and I held his hand and I sat by his bedside all night. And a lot of the night, because it's so loud in that room with the beeping, he would wake up and he'd be looking at me. And we had this beautiful night together. And then 2 days later, my dad passed away. And on Thursday, it was 3 weeks. I can't even believe it's 3 weeks. And he actually passed away in this really beautiful way where we were all, my mom, my siblings, my older niece and nephew, his sisters were all around his hospital bed. We were all holding his hand. And what my dad dying has given me is a lesson in living. And it's very cliche to say that it sometimes takes someone dying in order to realize what living is. I mean, I'm pretty much a really good example of living. But one thing I can tell you about my dad is he lived. My dad really lived. He had his, my dad was quirky and his quirks had quirks and his idiosyncrasies had idiosyncrasies. He was a character. His opinions had opinions. My dad was the most opinionated person I've ever met in my entire life, which as a little girl, actually just as his children, made us kind of messed up a lot around second guessing ourselves. Is this the right thing to do? Is that the right thing to do? Because there is definitely right and wrong, according to my dad. But that was all just an expression of his passion. My dad was so passionate. When he loved something, he loved it all the way. My dad loved architecture so much that on family vacations, we would go and we would look at buildings. Like, this is what my mom said on their honeymoon. They would go and they looked at all these buildings until my mom one day said, I don't want to see any more buildings on my honeymoon. He was passionate about my mother. They have been together since they were 14 years old. And every day he told my mom she was the most beautiful woman in the world. He was passionate about Michigan football. We all went to the University of Michigan, and that was like a big thing in my family. You had to go to Michigan. We went to every football game. And so at his funeral, the last thing we did is we passed out maize and blue, the colors, yellow and blue, like Mardi Gras beads to everybody. And we sang Hail to the Victors, the Michigan fight song. And knowing we were going to do it, I messaged the rabbi to ask him when to do it. And he started messaging me, and I kept seeing those 3 dots on my text. And he finally says, are you sure this is the right time for that? Like, maybe wrong time. And I said, yes, we're sure. My dad would have loved it. Because when the 3 of us, my brother, my sister, and I, all eulogized my dad, I mean, the couple hundred people at his funeral, we were all laughing, we were crying, we were singing, we were dancing. Because that was my dad. He was alive. And sisters, we get this one life. We get this one life. What are you going to do with this one miraculous life? Are you going to live it? Are you going to live it fully to the extreme? Or are you going to be the one who sits on the sidelines? I will tell you, on Saturday night, Josh had a piece in an art gallery. He has a piece in an art gallery. And so it was the opening night. And in the back of the art gallery, the owner, there's like this beautiful like outside lounge area. She set up couches and she had a DJ back there. And I make my way back and the DJ's awesome. So I just start dancing. No one else is dancing. Cool. I don't care. Right? Life is to be lived. We have this one life. So I'm out there and I'm dancing and I'm getting down. I'm having fun. And there's a woman who I now know is 72, young, sitting in a chair. I now know because we became friends. And she's on the chair like right off the dance floor. And she's bopping along like this. Now, I don't know if she's able to stand and dance. That's not like mine to presume. But I put out my hand and asked her, would you like to dance with me? Yes. She stands up and now the 2 of us, right? And we're dancing and we chatted a little bit. We're having a good time. And then I think she went, her husband came and wanted to show her a piece of art. And then I'm still now dancing by myself. Okay, it's so fun. I don't care. Telling the DJ how awesome he is. And then this other woman walks up and she's standing on the side of the dance floor, right? She's standing, but she's bopping. So I reach out my hand, bring her in. And now she's having a great time, right? Now she's like, okay, we're having fun, right? And then her husband, who's also an artist, comes up and he's like, all right, let's get down, right? So it's like, all it takes is for one of us to live fully and we inspire that in others. When you live fully, when you go for your dream completely, when you dance fully, you can be the one on the side who feels foolish, or you could be the one who is dancing so fully that you inspire others to come along. You can be the one who sits on the sideline of her dreams, of her ideas, of the promotion, of the next level job, of starting her own company, of starting her own business, of the being that wise, wild, wealthy, worthy woman. You can be on the sideline of that. Or you could be the one who steps onto the dance floor and brings other women with her. You can be the one who then lifts up the other women. You can be the one who then inspires others. You can be the one What you get is this one lifetime, and you get to be the one. So what are you going to do? My life's work started as Purpose Girl. Just I wanted every woman to live her purpose, live her purpose, live her purpose. And over time, what women kept saying to me is like, yeah, I come to you for purpose. But really, I become this most alive version of myself so that it's purpose through. I can't tell you how many women I have helped to figure out what their dreams are, to figure out what their purpose is, to go for it, to start businesses, to create their first group programs, to create their brands. I can't even tell you how many. And also for women who that's not your thing, then to go back to grad school, to become a nurse, to become an educator later in life, to travel the world, to you name it. Because it's all about getting onto that dance floor. It's all about getting onto that dance floor, being the one, living this one precious life. Now, what I am here for are women who lead this world. And how do we lead? We lead through our radiance. How do we lead? We lead through this like aliveness and this living. And so I think because of that, a lot of women, you don't know, like, okay, she's like cool and she's inspiring, but what do I come to her for? You come to me as a coach. When you want to be that most extraordinary, alive version of yourself, the one who is on the dance floor, when you are tired of being the one to the side, when you say, I have an idea inside of me, I don't know how to bring it to fruition, you come to me. When you say, I know I'm here for something, but I don't know what it is, you come to me. When you say, I am tired of being tired, I am tired of being second, I am tired of putting myself last, I am tired of hating the woman in the mirror, I am tired, you come to me. I do something called an activation session. It is a 2-hour power session with me. And I did one of these on Thursday with one of my favorite women in the world. And she left teaching, she started her own business, and she's had successes. She's been doing great, but she's like, it's not, I just haven't gotten there yet. Like I know what I'm here for. I have this mission. She's this incredible mission to empower student athletes and really all students, which means also coaches and teachers and faculty and parents, but these students to really show up for themselves, to really go for the goals and to do it from a place, right, where they can be resilient and they won't fall apart when they lose a game because they're all going to lose a game. And like, right. So like, and so we get on the call and I had her fill out like a little form in advance. We get on the call and we do this like deep meditation. I have her see all these students who are waiting for her and see all these like athletes, these kids who need her because they're afraid to miss the shot, because they're afraid to, really apply to the college that they want, because they're like, right. And then we saw them all turning toward her. And as we started talking, she said something and I said, this needs to be your brand. This needs to be your entire brand. And so she's like, I didn't come into this for a rebrand, but we rebranded the entire thing. We got so clear all the way from what her bit, like what the pitches for her business, what the work is. By the time I woke up the next day, her Instagram had changed. We already figured out, like, she's going to have one of the books on this, like right here. We're going to see her book one day. I promise you this. Like, it's going to be huge. And we worked out everything from like this, what her brand is, all the way through what her business is, and down to the details, down to exact posts of like all the topics that she can post about, all the letters that she's going to send and to whom in order to get more business. Like, it was incredible, all in 2 hours. And she's like, okay. I didn't ask her for a testimonial, but she posted it on my personal Facebook page. Like, if you are thinking about working with her, you must do it now. This activation session. Or come on retreat with me. I'm going to be unabashed about saying we need to work together. My Paris retreat is coming up. I turned 50 in 3 weeks from yesterday. So now less than 3 weeks until 50. And my Paris retreat is like my celebration of life for my 50th retreat, for my 50th birthday. And I put it out, and and like it sold out very, very, very quickly. And I had us booked at a hotel, but I haven't been telling the women where because it just something didn't feel right. Just didn't feel right. And I said to Josh a couple days ago, like, I need to just, yeah, we need to keep looking. So we stayed up until 11 o'clock at night. And sisters, when I tell you that I found my dream hotel for this retreat, I am telling you I found my dream hotel. Like, down to the balconies and down to the fact that there is a pool in a hammam spa in this Paris hotel. Like, what are you talking about? It's so amazing. It's beautiful location, perfection. Like, oh my goddess. And they still have rooms just a few weeks away. And it was more than my budget. Okay. Like, this hotel is out of the budget. And I was just like, anytime I looked at another hotel though, I was like, doesn't feel right, doesn't feel right. Well, this hotel that I ended up booking it. Josh is like, I said, you know what? I'm just gonna feel different being there. I'm gonna feel different being there. And so I went for it and I booked it. And I'm like so out of my mind excited about it. So I'm going to speak now to the deepest part of you. I'm going to speak now to your soul. What is the thing that lights you up that you are saying no to yourself about? What is the thing that you are holding yourself back from living fully alive? My signature program is called W and I. It was my first time running it in January. It comes every January. If you missed it, you want to already be talking to me about joining it in January, because the women who graduated, there was a woman who started W and she like barely could look at herself in the mirror. She told herself she was so ugly. She had come from a 20-year marriage that was ending, and abusive and all this kind of thing, terrible. And she is now the sexiest thing you have ever seen. Not one thing has changed about her gorgeous body. It didn't need to. It is her embodiment. And she is out there and she is like attracting different relationships and lovers and attracting more friends, and like being out as a woman in the world and like wearing red lipstick and wearing clothes that show her out. It's like so good. There's a woman who's wanted to write forever, and she's now in Europe writing. And she messages me, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. I am a different woman. I am a different woman. And she's like so free. She also has like found herself lovers and all these. It's like incredible. Another woman who graduated has wanted to have a business in fashion for so long. And through the program, she said yes to it. Yes to it. She's now going to be doing a fellowship in her particular art. It's like, yes. Because you have this one life. You have this one life to live. And look, I know that living takes courage. I know. I am sitting here. These 6 months have been hard for me. In February, I lost my beautiful 22-year-old nephew. I just lost my dad. The war, there are many wars, but the war and the anti-Semitism has impacted me. And I had this wake-up call with my dad passing around, do I let it all bring me down, or do I let it bring me to life? Do I let it bring me to life? In Judaism, and I'm just going to be proud about my Judaism, and if you are someone who you don't like Jewish people, you are anti-Semitic, this is probably not the group for you. I'm just going to say it's not the group for you. You know, when you like clink glasses in many different, it's like chin chin or cheers or salut. In Hebrew, when we clink glasses, we say l'chaim, to life. So W, my signature program, when we were about halfway through, I thought there's so much more in addition to these 5 months that like these women, they're rocking it. Like I want to give them the next level. And I sat in it and I sat in it and I sat in it. And at first I thought, okay, well, advanced W. And then I thought, no. What each one of these women is stepping into being is a queen W. W, capital W, woman, queen W. And a bunch of them have now, I haven't been talking about it because it's not a program that is open. It's an initiation. It's not open to the general public. It's only open to those W women. And a number of them just kept going in this. And we've been meeting over the summer. It's been incredible. And working with my team on Friday, they said to me, what is a Queen W? Queen W is a woman who is here to lead this world through her radiance, a woman who leads herself to say yes to her dreams, her desires, a woman who chooses bold even when she's scared shitless, a woman who harnesses her internal courage, a woman who will not settle for anything less than her whole body desires, a woman who listens to her body. She says no when it is a no and yes when it is a yes, a woman who knows she is worthy, who treats herself with respect. A Queen W treats herself with respect and commands it of other people. A Queen W is a woman who not only wears her own crown, she puts crowns on everyone that she comes in contact with. She is a woman who actually stops and smells roses. She is a woman who, when she hears the inner juice about, oh, I want to learn a language, she says yes to it. She turns on the Duolingo. Queen W is a woman who does not let herself be held back by old trauma. Queen W is the leader that we need now. And if ever we have needed woman leaders, it is now. And by leader, that might be leader of a company, it might be leader of your family, it might be leader of your community. But you get this one life. And I'm here for the women who are ready to live. And you might think that sounds nice, but like, oh, I should instead like really work on a website, or I should instead work on, getting something for my child. All of the above, sister. But here's what I will promise you. It's like this woman who I mentioned didn't even want to look in the mirror before. She has a wonderful career. She has her own wonderful, she's a leader career. But just by doing this this W work, she is now starting goddess workshops, goddess meetings to bring women together so that they step into their biggest life, so that they start saying yes to their dreams. This isn't like her career. Maybe it will be one day. I told her she'd be amazing as a coach. But do you see what is possible? We get so focused on what is wrong in our life. We get so focused on what isn't happening. We get so focused on up here what the mind says, like, oh, but I should do this instead. I should do that. No. The most important thing you can do is to get into right alignment here, where you become the creator, the creatrix of your life, where you do go for that dream, where you do create that business, where you do put out your genius, where you do sing on that stage, where you do write the book. I'm the most extraordinary coach for a woman like that. And I get to be the most extraordinary coach and mentor for you. I'm so grateful you're here, because we are living at this super incredible, extraordinary time where we get to be alive. I know the world is messed up. And that's why we have to make it a daily choice or a minute by minute choice. Now, I will tell you, I'm so excited. Next Monday, I'm coming on here. I'm making a huge announcement. Huge. I am so excited. I am out of my skin about it. It's so big and it's so good and it's accessible and it's doable for most people. I'm so excited about this. So you want to make sure that you are here next Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, because I have a huge announcement. And I am here to remind us all that this is about being the woman leader, the woman you were born to be, who is here to be a leader. And I don't mean leader in the way of more to do. No, Queen W is a leader. She lounges when she wants to lounge. She rests when she needs to rest. She inspires others through her being, through her walking, like I'm talking about. You actually alive and joyful, and because this is our time and we are needed now. So much that my dad has given me, so much I'm sitting with right now. And I want to share just a few things. So one, that activation session, I had it, it's usually $997. I had it on special for Lionsgate, which was 88 for 200. I had it on special for $288. And my team and I talked about it and we were like, you know what, these women are changing so much with it that if you still want it for 288, you just message me. Okay? I will send you a link. No problem. Let's do it. Let's ignite you. Let's boost you. Let's give you that. Someone once told me I was like a defibrillator, right? Like your heart goes, so let's defibrillate you. The other thing is I still have a few spots open for Sonoma. Right now, the group that's going is like so incredibly, these are some of my favorite women in the whole world. And I can still take a couple more women. So you want to get in on that. That's happening October 17th to the 20th. Sonoma is Northern California. So this is Napa Valley. This is wine country. This is like beauty incarnate. This retreat is all about your self-love, your self-care, your self-nurturing. I'm getting everybody massages. We're going on a like wine tasting. There's going to be tons of spaciousness for journaling, for visioning for the next year, for like visioning your best life. It's going to be so beautiful. You do not want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. And if like me talking about Paris juices you up, I keep feeling like there's one, I don't know if I'm supposed to do a VIP day with someone or one more person is supposed to come. I just keep feeling it. And it's going to be extraordinary. That's September 19th to the 23rd. So it's been sold out for a long time. I don't know. Maybe one of you wants to do like a really like one person is coming and doing a VIP day with me where I have such an itinerary planned for her, just her and I, a day in Paris for us to like pull out all of her fullness, her truth, her aliveness, her purpose, her dreams, to break through any of the barriers. Like it's going to be so extraordinary. I cannot wait. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to do one more of those and I don't know who it's for. So if that turns you on, send me a message. All right, I gotta go get my kid off to school. I love you so much, and I hope you have an extraordinary, fully alive, wise, wild, wealthy, worthy woman WW day. Bye for now.